Hey guys, David here. So we are halfway into week 1 of podcast week. So we've done 3. We're just heading up to Omaha from Auckland now, catch up with a existing client, Scott Ross. Runs a pretty cool building renovation extension company. He's sort of in the high-end market. So as we all know, Omaha is full of rich people. Everyone parks their money up there. So we'll talk to him everything, business, how long he's been in business up there for, how he's seen the benefits of using RapidQS. And we'll see what kind of rates they're charging, what kind of workloads happening up there. So should be good. Subie's clients, if you've dealt with Scott before, leave a comment down below and be sure to let us know if it was a good or bad experience. Enjoy the podcast. Thanks very much for coming in, Scotty. What's going on? Existing and current client at RapidQS. Just out of interest, what made you reach out to us in the first place?
I think had issues in the past with sort of QSs, sort of connecting with ones that we could trust.
Yeah.
Basically, and we're looking for someone who's got a background like ours, trade background. First and foremost, and we've been following along since you sort of started, and you're still here.
Yeah, nice, man. And none of those projects have been underpriced yet to date.
We're going well.
Yeah,
we're going really well. The current one we're on here is one that we got basically sealing the deal.
Yeah, nice.
With Dale takeoff basically. Yeah.
Cool. And what was just so people get an idea, what was sort of like the scope of this project? How long did that project take to sign up from like initial meet client to propose contract, negotiate, sign?
These clients were waiting about a year for us, to be honest.
Busy man, eh?
Just busy, yeah. That line of work and, small crew locally, we've always got a fair bit to do.
Yeah.
So the initial engagement was a referral, nice. Which is awesome. That's our sort of business model we're looking to maintain.
Yeah. Because you don't have any marketing. Sorry to cut in there. You don't have a website. You don't have anything.
We don't. We're just Facebook and Instagram, basically.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sorry to, I'll let you carry on with that. So what was that process journey like with that client?
It was pretty intense. I mean, this is the sort of projects that we're looking to cement in our local area.
Yeah.
But being word of mouth and referrals makes it a lot easier to just relax and be transparent and discuss, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like being in the regions, there's a lot of pros and cons. Pro, if you're good, you can get good word of mouth work and your close rate would be a lot higher. Con, if you fuck something up, you're probably out of here pretty quickly, yeah?
Yeah, it is a very small community.
Yeah.
So yeah, we take pride in our work and do the best we can, basically.
Yeah, nice. So give people a bit of background. Start off from like finish school. When did you finish school? What was kind of your journey from 18 to mid-20s? And then when did you start Omaha Construction?
We finished school 15 years old.
Yeah, nice.
Used to go to school, play footy and eat lunch.
Yeah.
Went into dairy farming for a year, a national certificate in dairy farming.
Up here?
Up here,
yeah.
Kuiper Flats.
Yeah, nice.
Just up the road.
Yeah.
Got into a building apprenticeship, 17 years old. And that's what I've been doing ever since.
Yeah, cool. How did you find your first boss? What was your first introduction there?
First introduction was working with a good mate of mine. His boss was looking for someone for an apprenticeship. So I sort of tagged along as a hammerhand initially. And my old man being a chippy sort of pushed us into get a trade.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, absolutely.
What it is, you can go anywhere. Stuck at it. Took 7 years.
7 years?
7 years.
Geez, that's a bit longer than the norm.
Yeah.
Well, is that broken bones or a bit of travel or?
Just basically the old BCITO system.
Yeah.
And it was more sort of do stuff in your own time. I didn't go to night school. It was more about riding dirt bikes and chasing wild women.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so we got there in the end.
Yeah, nice.
Then I ventured off to Australia, 8 years in the oil and gas industry, Western Australia.
Buzzy. After you were qualified?
Yeah.
What were you doing over there?
Oil and gas construction, basically building a LNG plant up in Onslow, which is the top northwest shelf of Western Australia.
Buzzy.
made some good money.
Yeah.
Come home and had a family.
Yeah, good on you.
And started Scott Ross Construction about 9 years ago.
Yeah.
And we've had Omaha Construction as a sister company for the last year. So
is the first company still running?
no, we've closed it.
Closed it up, voluntary liquidated, closed it all up.
Yeah.
Didn't know the tax man any money.
Nothing.
Good, man.
Squeaky
That's
clean.
good. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
So obviously family man now. Do you have any kids?
2 girls.
2 girls?
Yeah, 3 and 6.
Yeah. And they go to local school in
Matakana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. And your wife, is she from here?
She's a Matakana girl, actually.
Yeah, nice.
Born and bred.
Not one of the wild ones that you were chasing, eh?
Nah.
Settled with a good one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. How does the sort of relationship within the business work with you and your partner? Is there like kind of clear scope who does what? How does that work?
Yeah, so my partner, she looks after our youngest one at home at the moment, which is awesome. She does the daily pickup, drop off for my oldest girl.
Yeah.
She's in charge of our social media. She's tidied all that up.
Nice.
Got an eye for detail. And yeah, we basically discuss anything within the business before we venture into it. So she's my support network.
Yeah, nice, man.
Yeah.
Does she like dealing with the client side, negotiation side stuff, or does she just sort of, how does that kind of work? Because I feel like that's a big part to any business, you know?
Yeah, that's more my side of things.
Okay.
From woe to go, basically. I liaise with the clients. I get involved in the pricing, site meetings, that side of stuff, project management. So
yeah, cool. How many sort of initial how many meets, say for this project here, how many kind of actual meets was it before you got this job signed? Because sales is one question that we get all the time, and it's, you know, how do you navigate that journey? Because dealing with clients is, you know, can be easy, can be very tough.
Yeah. This one here, I cast my memory back. I think we were 3 meetings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Over the course of
6 months.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
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 And sort of on, like, say if we were to split the year into, I mean, you'll be on this project for 3 months, 2 to 3 months?
We have been.
What's the total project timeline here?
This is a 6 month, 5 to 6 month overall.
Yeah.
But we had an amendment in the middle where we were off site for 6 weeks.
Yeah. All right. So how many jobs, like roughly on a quarterly basis, are you quoting within your business? Like how many sort of general inquiries are you getting?
Inquiries, I'd say we're starting to get 2 to 3 a month.
A month, yeah.
Yeah, but not to the scale of this project necessarily.
So maybe job values might be sort of around that, 100 to
200.
100 to 200.
Yeah.
And obviously, because it's mainly word of mouth, are you finding those close rates are quite a bit higher?
Absolutely.
Yeah, nice. That's the one, eh?
Yeah.
And what's kind of, just going back, wrap up some lifestyle stuff, what's your kind of weekend activities? What do you like to get into?
We live close to the beach.
Nice.
So relaxing with the kids. My partner, doing things as a family. I park my business stuff at the door on a Friday.
Nice, man.
And I'll usually venture back into the office on a Sunday and
nice.
Look at the schedule for the week.
Yeah.
Super important.
Yeah.
Family time.
Do you have any, like, I mean, easier said than done. I'm horrible at it, and I've gotten to the point once where I've had 2 phones, and there's a work phone and a personal phone. I mean, if you get a work call on the weekend, you just, nah, man, Monday 8 a.m. or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Email me.
Yeah.
That's fine. I won't respond to phone calls.
Fair play. Yeah. Nah, that's good, man, because I feel like, I don't know, me personally, I struggle to stop. But you've got a family, so your priorities are different, I could imagine.
It takes a lot to get to that. I mean, I think I wouldn't find it invasive as a client's, from a client's point of view.
Yeah.
But, time's important with your own family, and that's the time to switch off and enjoy it.
Absolutely. Pretty keen to sort of go back from, when you first started. How did you get your first job back here when you came back from WA? And sort of what was your process between you being on the tools and, say, getting your first hire?
First job coming back from WA, I was basically contracting to a local builder.
Yeah.
To get back into the market to sort of see, what it was like and where I wanted to be. And then getting to a point, basically a brick wall of what I could achieve and what I could earn.
Yeah.
Working for somebody else.
Yeah, nice.
So I ventured away from there and I just started picking up all the small projects, old bathrooms, fences, decks, and I've just progressed from there, basically.
Yeah, nice. So were you just doing labour-only contracts for like a housing company as of such?
No. more private.
Private.
Yeah, with an estimate, estimate value.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
How did you sort of get your head around pricing for the first time? Like, what was your process on that? I'm sure there's a few scars there.
Yeah, it really was just a stab in the dark.
Yeah.
You know, I think at that stage of your career, the only way to learn is the hard way.
Yeah.
Unless you have a mentor or someone to that degree.
Yeah.
So it was really pick a rate that you think you're worth and double it.
Yeah, and double it. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Do you think that's like because that's something you just don't get taught in your apprenticeship stuff. It's all being a great builder, which is awesome. Do you think the BCRTO system is designed to fail for builders, business owners, guys doing their own stuff, or like, you know, what would you recommend if you're a builder coming back and you've got your own stuff? You know, if you could change something or add something.
I think totally it's a very grey area from becoming qualified and then starting your own business. Like you say, there's no one you can barely turn to. There's no criteria that you can pick up and run with. The only way to learn, like I did, was the hard way. Jump in and learn as you go. Yeah,
for sure.
BCITO, they don't really have that support network. Yeah. They support you as an apprentice. Once you get that piece of paper, the party's over.
And that's about it. Yeah. I definitely feel like there needs to be more like another course or an ongoing something to teach guys, you know, from transitioning from a builder to a business owner, you know, because it's a complete different kettle of fish, you know.
100%.
Did you, have you lost money on jobs, and do you want to disclose a figure? Have you had a bad loss or been stung?
I've had a particular client on a Walkworth project basically just decide that they didn't want to pay their last bill, value $40,000.
Yeah. Yeah, that hurts if you're going through defects and painters, touch-ups, landscaping.
We're the last ones at the end and everybody else has been paid.
Yeah.
So, you know, I always look at taking a positive from a negative.
Yeah.
That's where we rely quite heavily on our paperwork.
Yeah, nice.
And learn as you go, basically.
Would you say you didn't have those kind of paperwork trails or contracts in place? It took to get burned to put that in place?
Absolutely. Yeah. We didn't have the relevant paperwork for what we were doing.
Yeah.
So someone with a bit more savviness picked the loophole. And
yeah, nice. To give any sort of advice to, say, any other young builder out there that might be struggling or going into that, what's one piece of advice you would kind of give or pointer to help, you know, mitigate that risk?
I think join a group. I've found New Zealand certified builders have been really awesome.
Yeah, nice.
From their contract side of things to picking up the phone for some advice to all their resources available to members.
Yeah.
I think that's been huge for us.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Do you have like a group of sort of guys in the area that you talk to frequently about stuff as well? Like building stuff, knowledge, client,
At the merchant.
Somewhat, at the merchant.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of builders that have been around here for a long time.
Yeah.
And I'm always good for a chat, see how things are going, what's the market doing in their line of work.
Yeah, nice.
And getting a gauge also on, you know, some people will openly talk about issues they're having in the industry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is great.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you sort of try and provide that kind of network as well within your team? Openly talking to guys and, you know. Yeah. Is there a lot of don't know if this is the right word, but like jumping ship or guys moving around companies here looking for better cultures, better pay, stuff like that? It's a regional area, you know.
There's a lot of guys coming up from town.
Yeah.
Town being Auckland, getting into our sort of market in the backyard due to the lack or availability of work in this climate.
Yeah.
There are people that they hop around looking for the best dollar.
Yeah.
But everybody knows everyone around here.
Yeah.
So, you know, you've got a good network of other people who know a lot of people.
So. For sure. What is your sort of process with how you do hiring at your company, and what's your sort of general staff retention, turnover? How do you manage that?
Basically, we just really have a phone conversation with the individual and then talk to a previous employer of theirs.
Yeah, nice.
Ask a few questions, discuss rates, you know, background. Are they the right candidate with regards to experience?
Yeah, cool. What sort of other items do you look at? Like, do you look at what guys do and, you know, weekends? Are they family men? Like, do you look at stuff like that as well?
Absolutely.
Do you think that's important when hiring?
Super important.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are into their fishing, and you sort of notice between the family men and the single sort of roosters.
Yeah, bending around on the weekends, chasing wild women.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Monday's carnage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, fair play. And what kind of, do you know, is it more, because I know Auckland and the bigger cities, a lot of guys are on contract day. Everyone's just jumping around trying to go from 45 to 48 to 50, what's kind of the standard up in the region here?
Standard rate.
Or just is it employee based or is it contract based? How do you work it with your company?
Contract?
Yeah,
all contractors.
Yeah. And is that just, is that something you've had since day one? Is that just a risk thing or?
It's easier for me.
Yeah.
It's less admin for me.
Yeah.
And that's what I've gone that way for exactly that reason.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So they own their work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you offer any sort of incentivized stuff as well for guys, or is it strictly just hourly rate? Do you offer any sort of bonus type stuff?
Hourly rate.
Yeah.
Pay them well.
Yeah, nice.
Look after them.
Look after you guys, pay them well.
Yeah.
So would you say your weekly kind of structure is mainly just sales, project management, organising?
Swinging the hammer.
Swinging the hammer?
Still swinging the hammer.
How many hours a week, roughly?
At the moment, I'm about 35 per week.
Yeah.
So, and then, project management.
Yeah. And do you sort of dedicate one day to sales or pricing, or how do you manage? You just duck off when you need to?
Yeah. Duck off when I need to.
Yeah, nice.
Prioritise.
Yeah. How hard do you find getting sub-trades up here, like reliable subbies?
We've used the same sub-trades we started with.
Yeah.
And we haven't veered away from them.
Yeah, nice.
Small local companies.
Yeah.
2-man bands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see more competition of subbies trying to come in, and how many phone calls a week do you get?
We're getting a lot of cold calls.
Okay.
People that are still based around the North Shore, Auckland, calling, oh, hey, we're in the area, can we catch up?
Yeah.
Type scenario. But I just stick to what I know.
Yeah.
I know what the quality that these subbies turn out. They're reliable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's all we need.
I mean, I can imagine, the Auckland builder in a competitive market would probably entertain that and be like, okay, cool, well, my current subbie is giving me this rate. What's your rate? I mean, do you entertain that at all, or you're pretty big on quality and you know what you're getting?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. We know our worth. We get up in a specialised market.
Yeah.
And we stick to our rates.
Yeah.
Even in a downturn.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. How has the last 12 months been for you personally and business-wise up here?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a bit more? Have you had current projects? Have you had a lot of inquiries? What's been happening?
We're starting to get a lot more inquiries now. I guess the Christmas rush.
Yeah.
Predominantly our market that we work with are people who have beach homes that want to do bits and pieces on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. What's your forward pipeline work at the moment?
We're looking good till February next year currently.
Yeah, nice.
With a project in the background. I won't talk about it.
Yeah, fair play.
But it's a pretty extreme project offshore.
Offshore, yeah?
Yeah.
Toward south towards Aussie.
Cowell.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
And how long is that going to see you through till?
That'll be a 3 to 4 month project, sort of 2 to 3 staff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's some helicopters involved and some pretty cool stuff going on, and
nice.
Bit of a collab with Stop Digging.
Yeah, nice.
So,
word of mouth project?
It is.
Referral, sorry?
Referral from Stop Digging.
Yeah, nice.
Who've done a lot of our work.
Yeah, so you've worked with them for quite a while.
Yeah.
Do you see that, that's probably another point as well, staying and being loyal and collabing with those sub-trades, do you see a lot of, word of mouth work from them as well? Because obviously they're working with many different clients.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're starting to get that repeat business now. Which is awesome. Same thing. They go to a job, and some clients that we haven't connected with, we're getting placed in front of those people through our sub-trades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a lot more loyalty in the regions up here. And you were sort of mentioning your reps, if you want to talk about that, your experience with other reps and your current reps. Absolutely. You're happy to shout them out, man.
Yeah. So all our work is basically revolved around Matakana ITM. They're our merchant of choice.
Yeah.
Their service is spot on. They deliver when they say they will.
Yeah.
And, they're there for you every step of the way.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
And what do you think sort of separates a good trade rep from, bad trade reps?
Someone that turns up.
Yeah.
That's a great start.
I feel like there's a bad stigma in the trade industry with tradies not calling people back or getting in touch with people?
Yeah, there's reps that are reps that you never see.
Yeah.
We've been through stages of dealing with other merchants, which we've pulled away from 100%.
Yeah.
So Matakana, definitely, they're our go-to. They look after us.
Yeah, nice. So they're on a standard job like this. I mean, how many deliveries do you sort of do on this?
We work around the parameters of 1 to 2 deliveries per week, depending on the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're more about programming to eliminate unnecessary cost.
Yeah, nice. And they're obviously pretty good. If you've got a couple of projects on at a time, will they run the odd box of screws out if you need it as well?
Absolutely.
And a 12-pack of Heinies or?
Line red.
Line red. Line red. Should I bought the wrong vest today? I know we spoke about before, and it's quite a topic at the moment. Obviously, companies going under and people running out of money, bigger builders. Do you ever get calls about, taking over projects that have gone under, and do you want to talk about that? Or if do you hear about that kind of stuff? I mean, it's a tight community. Do you know before other people if a project's in trouble or a builder's in trouble? Do you sort of have any?
We do hear bits and pieces. I don't really entertain those conversations. Yeah. We sort of stay quiet, we quietly achieve in the background.
Yeah, nice.
But everything now, I can get a good gauge on gut feeling with a client.
Yeah.
Sure. Are they going to be a client that doesn't want to pay their last bill? Things like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you have a bit of like a vetting process on that, or do you and your wife sort of have a process on if you get a feeling, or do you have anything you ask?
We ask a fair few questions. We don't really ask about the financial side of things. I know some people might go, that's the first thing we ask. Yeah. Generally, if it's a referral or a word of mouth from someone that we know and trust that we have worked for prior, we take that as goodwill and roll with that. Yeah,
for sure.
One of my biggest questions would be, is there anyone else looking at the job?
Oh, I see.
If there is another builder involved, we pull away from the process and carry on.
Man, so you're really not into the game of competition, eh?
Not at all.
You just, know what you offer and people know that?
100%.
Yeah, that's good, man. I mean, you're lucky to be able to do that because a lot of people will, pick and scrap and fight for every single job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever pick up, smaller stuff, maintenance-y, small renos just to entertain it for cash flow or?
Renos, I'm into the small renos. I try and do the bathroom, kitchen stuff on my own. I keep the team busy on our bigger projects.
Yeah, nice.
But we're still partial to go and do a hardwood deck and a fence, and absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. And how many sort of those kind of projects a year would you do yourself, you think, while you're doing your bigger stuff?
Well, I think we'd probably turn between eight smaller projects per year seasonally.
Yeah, nice.
Yep.
Yeah. And do you definitely sort of see the Christmas rush starting around that kind of October time?
100%.
So before? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you take time off over the summer break?
Absolutely.
What do you guys get up to?
We try and get up north. We've got the in-laws up in Ruakaka.
Nice.
So we sort of head away with the kids. We generally have 3 to 4 weeks off now.
Nice. And boys as well?
Absolutely, yeah.
Good stuff, man. You still fall under the Auckland Council stuff here. How are they like with consents, meetings, turnaround times? Is it easier, better up here? No?
It's getting better.
Yeah.
It has been a little bit difficult coming out the other side of COVID.
Yeah.
There's been a bit of a challenge with booking inspections and then people block booking.
Yeah.
Taking 4 block bookings for 1 booking. Yeah. Basically, which takes them off the schedule for everyone else.
It's a pain.
But Auckland Council, they're getting better. Yeah. It really depends on who you get on the day.
Yeah. Do you get, do they just send the same inspector up here for this, or is it very mixed?
That's very mixed bag.
Yeah. So you never get the same person.
No.
That's a pain because you can never build a relationship with one person and they know your quality of work. It's almost like you're getting a full check every time.
Yeah. And they've all got their little niches. Someone will look at something different, even though they're there for a different inspection, they'll look at other stuff on the way through. Yeah, yeah. Which can be interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Interesting you say that. Do you sort of see, there's massive problems with red tape and councils within the building industry, like not helping speed projects up and get things along?
I think there is a very... there's a missing link between the planning and the scheduling team and the building control guys that are out here doing the inspections. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
You know, we've just been through a triple C process where the inspector on site has said you're okay from a final inspection. Book your triple C. It's gone back to the planning and they've asked for a section 37.
Yeah. That's, for what? You guys come on site and signed it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pain. Man, I still feel like, I mean, it's so hard for builders to schedule projects when stuff's out of your hands. Like, if you need a project to come in when if it's planned and then something happens outside your control, I think it's important to always have a backlog of work, you know, and plenty of stuff ready to go. Yeah, interesting. What do you sort of see happening in the market towards next year and the end of this year?
My gut feeling is in our line of work, things are picking up already.
Yeah, for sure.
The inquiries are becoming more frequent.
Yeah.
We're remaining positive in our market.
Yeah, cool. And do you know what's happening with the group housing stuff down in Matakana and that? Like, is there a lot going on down there?
There's a lot of people from out of town coming up and sort of taking that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
However, due to the unitary plan in Warkworth and the sewage issues and stuff that they're having, there's basically subdivisions being put on hold.
Oh, I see. So you think there might be a bit of a backlog, like a bit of a slowdown in work in that department?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, interesting. Have you ever looked at entertaining government work, school stuff, education stuff as a protector of work? Nah. Any of your builder mates look into that stuff at all?
Not for a minute.
Nah, fair enough. Any reasons why?
I'm not into pricing work.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest thing. Tendering with time and stuff involved.
Yeah.
I'm not into it.
Yeah. You're a real niche in the renovation space, eh?
Yeah.
You love what you do, man.
Absolutely.
What's the India Christmas party look like for you guys? Have you done anything wild?
Generally get out on the old fishing trip.
Yeah.
Northside Adventures.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah. Nice. Northside Adventures.
Yeah, they look after us from Sandsbit. We've got a bigger crew this year, so it's pending.
Yeah. How many guys do you have in the company at the moment?
There's 6 of us.
Yeah, nice. Any plans to like grow, scale, or you're pretty happy doing what you're doing right now?
We're happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a good number.
Nice.
Yeah.
And is there anyone in the team that you would sort of see maybe as of stepping up and you might look at, do you have any other interests outside building?
I'm looking at getting off the tools.
Yeah.
In the near future, was one of my foremen. I'd like to basically take over the site management.
Yeah, cool. Save that running around.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you just want to be family man and just do your sales?
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Do you take any overseas holidays? Where did you last go?
Not
You're
at all.
Omaha, man, eh? You can't leave, eh?
I haven't been overseas. I haven't been overseas for 7 years before my first girl was born. So
yeah, nice.
Yeah.
And do you think you'll plan an overseas holiday anytime soon, or do you just enjoy New Zealand backdoors?
I'd hopefully get to the Goldie next year.
Goldie.
Yeah.
Plenty of building going on over there, man.
Yeah.
Send a team of boys over.
Yeah.
You might get a few more tattoos too.
Yeah. quick trip.
Nah, that's cool, man. Anything like, just try and imagine who listens to us and, you know, younger guys going out on their own, any sort of pieces of advice around dealing with clients, you know, how to run their own business. What would you have to sort of say?
I think the biggest thing from my learning side of things would be don't go big, you know, too quick.
Yeah.
Walk before you can run.
Yeah.
Get a good accountant.
Yeah.
Bookkeeper.
Yeah.
And learn from them on how to manage money.
Yeah.
You know, I see it time and time again, even now, guys that are making decent money, they don't put tax away.
Yeah.
They end up in hot water. They borrow a bit from there to top up from here.
Yeah. Robbing Peter, pay Paul, and that's...
Yeah. I think the other thing too is overheads.
Yeah.
You don't need a brand new Hilux. You don't need a brand new trailer.
Yeah.
Just start little and scale slowly or when you're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever, you know, did you learn a hard lesson there with tax stuff, or have you always been quite savvy from the get-go?
We've been pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, my 2IC, she's into it.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
She looks after all your accounts and sorts that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can get a lot of people in a lot of trouble, eh? And you get a couple of decent payments and think, oh, yep, new Raptor, new Ute, and there's 50 grand down, eh?
Yeah.
Cool, mate. Nah, thank you very much for your time. We'll have a look around this job and see what you're doing. And yeah, appreciate your time, man. And look forward to seeing you in the RapidQS inbox again soon.
Awesome. Thanks, Dave.
Cheers, bro.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.